Okay, Madam Chair, we are now live on YouTube and Facebook. The floor is yours.
All right, good afternoon, everyone,
Good afternoon.
and welcome to the meeting of the Board of Commissioners of the Public Building Commission of Chicago, being held today, September 13th, 2022. Today's meeting is being conducted via video conference with in-person participants at the Daly Center. Director Sanchez, will you please call the roll?
Thank you, Madam Chair. Good afternoon, Commissioners.
Good afternoon.
I wanted to provide you all a reminder that as we begin our meeting, to please be sure that you are on camera and that your microphone is unmuted during the vote for each agenda item. However, when not speaking, please be sure to mute your microphone. So for now, for the roll call, please make sure to unmute your microphone as I call the roll. Chairman Lightfoot.
Present.
Commissioner Camargo.
Present.
Commissioner Dubuque.
Present.
Commissioner Ellis.
Present.
Commissioner Hamilton.
Present.
Commissioner Maldonado.
Present.
Commissioner Preckwinkle. Commissioner Randolph.
Here.
Commissioner Sachs.
Present.
Commissioner Whitley.
Present.
Madam Chair, we have a quorum.
Thank you, Director Sanchez. Ladies and gentlemen, the next item on the agenda is A2, public participation. Pursuant to Section 2.06G of the Illinois Open Meetings Act, a public comment period will be held. Registered speakers will be allowed 2 minutes to provide comments. Are there any registered speakers?
We have no,
registered speakers.
All right, let's move on then to agenda item A3, consideration of approval of the minutes of the rescheduled meeting held August 1st, 2022. Is there a motion?
So moved.
Second?
Second.
All those in favor of approving the minutes of from the August 1st, 2022 meeting, say aye.
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 Any opposed, say nay. The motion is approved. Next up, agenda item A4. We have a new board member who is a representative from the Chicago Public Schools, and I will administer the oath of office to Joyce Chapman as a commissioner of the Public Building Commission of Chicago for a term ending September 30th, 2023. Madam Chapman, you raise your right hand and repeat after me. I, Joyce Chapman,
I, Joyce Chapman,
do solemnly swear that I will support the Constitution of the United States
do solemnly swear that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of Illinois,
and the Constitution of the State of Illinois,
and that I will faithfully discharge the duties of the office of Commissioner
and that I will faithfully discharge the duties of the office of the Commissioner
of the Public Building Commission of Chicago to the best of my ability.
of the Public Building Commission of Chicago to the best of my ability.
Is there a motion?
There is a motion with pleasure.
Second?
Second.
All those in favor of accepting Joyce Chapman as our newest commissioner and a representative from Chicago Public Schools signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, say nay. The motion is approved. Congratulations.
Congratulations, Joyce. Congratulations, Joyce.
Thank you.
All right, item A5, a report by the Administrative Operations Committee regarding a meeting held on September 7th, 2022. Commissioner Maldonado.
Thank you, Madam Chair. The AO Committee held a meeting on September 7, 2022. Our report is as follows. The Director of Procurement reported on one task order award for specialty consultant services to previously appointed firms under tab A5A and provided recommendations for 6 architect of records appointments for various projects. The AOR firms recommend all are minority, women, or minority and women business enterprise firms. The Director of Procurement provided a recommendation for term extensions for 63 pre-qualified general contractors for license classifications types A through E. The Executive Director will provide additional details during her report on these items. The Director of Procurement also reported on a recommendation to approve amendments under tabs A5B for the following services: specialty consultant services for 6 categories, photographic documentation, design architect, web-based labor and minority compliance software, job order contracting tiers 1, 2, and 3, property management at the Richard J. Daley Center, audit services. The Chief Development Officer reported on field orders issued and provided a recommendation to ratify one change order process since the last board meeting under tabs A5C as follows. Change order for work in the amount of $44,534.31 at the Bellman Cragen Elementary School project. The AO committee accepted the recommendations and reports from the PBC representatives. That concludes my report.
I move we accept the report. Second.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, say nay. The report is accepted. Item 8.6, consideration of approval of a term extension for the pre-qualification of general contractors for license classification types A through E. Dr. Sanchez, can you provide some details about this matter?
Of course, Madam Chair. In an effort to affect capacity building within the local general contracting community, the PBC board approved the pre-qualification of 63 firms, including 18 firms who are either minority women or women business enterprise firms for license classifications type A through E. Today, we are requesting approval to extend the term of these pre-qualifications for 1 year through December 31, 2023, to continue to facilitate opportunities within the local general contracting community. The full list of recommended firms, along with their corresponding class, can be found in your board documents. That concludes my report for A6.
Any questions before we entertain a motion?
No, my comment is that this is very good management to do this over a period of time.
Agreed. All right, is there a motion?
So moved.
A second?
Second.
All those in favor of the recommendation to extend the term for these pre-qualified general contractors signify by saying aye.
Aye. Aye.
Any opposed, say nay. All right, motion is approved. Next up, item A7, a report by Executive Director regarding regular reports, development status, and other matters. Dr. Sanchez.
Thank you. I want to first welcome our Commissioner, Ms. Joyce Chapman, and also want to welcome her family who is here today to support her. We are honored that Ms. Chapman has agreed to add her skills and expertise to serve on the PBC Board of Commissioners and joined the other business and civic leaders whose dedication to the city and its communities has led them to volunteer their time to shape Chicago's built environment and its future. So welcome, Commissioner Chapman. Next, we recognize as the oldest African-American high school in the city of Chicago, Phillips Academy High School, which has undergone selective interior renovations to the existing school and received a new 2-story, 21,000 square foot athletic annex facility housing a gymnasium, multi-purpose space, and sports hall of fame. The PBC staff was honored to join Mayor Lightfoot, Alderman Pat Dowell, Illinois Senator Maddie Hunter, CPS, and a host of Phillips alumni and community leaders to cut the ribbon for the official opening of the new facility.
And could I just add regarding that, first of all, it's a beautiful facility. The whole school community came out. It was extraordinarily well done and I think well received. So kudos to the Public Building Commission.
Thank you. I do want to inform everybody that the project did achieve participation of more than 85% of minority journey workers and over 30% female apprentices. In addition, a total of $8,852,612.42 have been paid to contractors and professional service providers. This project has achieved 32.39%, which is $2,867,361.55 in MBE participation, and 5.47%, which is $484,628 in WBE participation. The PBC was responsible for the design and the construction of Phillips and believes that this project is not only going to enhance the athletic experience of students and staff, but the community as well. So we were very honored to be part of this project. I am also pleased to report that the engineering news record also known as ENR Midwest, has named Hancock College Preparatory High School as the best project in the K-12 category.
Oh, congratulations.
Thank you.
That's great.
To all the staff. This prestigious award is judged by an independent panel of architectural, engineering, and construction experts who reviewed a total of 64 projects and selected 13 for best projects recognition. The design build team prioritized minority involvement. For design duties, Leggett Architects partner with Urban Works, which is a minority woman-owned firm, while the construction team consisted of K.R. Miller Contractors and All Masonry Construction Company, which is also a minority-owned firm. We're very proud of this new Southwest Side High School that opened in 2021, and of course, all of the recognition that it's receiving.
That again is fantastic. If you haven't had the opportunity to view this new high school, you really ought to arrange for a tour. It's an absolutely beautiful building, very well done. And the community, I know, is so grateful for this new asset and investment. So again, kudos to the team at PBC and all involved.
And of course, with this award, I think that this is a perfect example of design excellence that our team and the people that we select are able to provide to the city whenever we have a project.
So Director Sanchez, I wonder if there's an opportunity for us to install some kind of plaque on the high school in recognition of the fact that they've received this award.
Well, I'm sure that we can, but I will tell you, Mayor, I think that there's going to be a number of other awards that are going to be coming. I believe that they are providing us with a plaque. So it would probably be a better idea for them to set up some type of like an area where they put in all of the awards.
Historically, we have had an award in every building that we built.
Yeah.
If you go look at the libraries since 1971, the only problem we've had is that there has been, in the past, resistance on the part of the public school boards. They have a plaque including the, so I don't like to be negative,
I think we can work on that.
but that needs to be changed.
Agreed. I mean, these,
But in all of the city colleges, you'll see every commissioner, the mayor, and I think we should also compliment our developer chief
Yep.
here, Gudaroff, who has really kept it on course. So I think he deserves a round of applause.
no, agree. Ray does a great job. No question.
Thank you.
But I think we should figure out how we can
All they
memorialize
have to
it.
do is include it in the budget.
Yeah.
Or they pay for it. It's simple, or some of us have paid for it out of our home.
I know that there was,
But that is the history.
yeah, historically, there has been a plaque that says who's responsible. I know
Where-
we had one in Merlot Library that was installed.
Mhm.
But again, we can talk to CPS and see, but definitely also we'll look into the display of the awards, because even if you see, we have a
When
display
we
box
won the
outside.
National award for Peyton, that was a battle.
Mm.
Because the award came to the commission, not to the CPC. So
Mhm.
I don't mean to be, to bring up negatives right now.
But I think we can work through that. I think it's important for people in the community to see that they have an award-winning building in their community, and that ought to be a public memorialization of it.
I couldn't
with
agree
a
more.
plaque or something in a trophy case, but let's talk offline about how we can make that
They're
happen.
best plaques in the quarter when you come in.
Yes, agreed. I want people walking into the buildings to see that they have something that has been recognized by whatever the authority is as an award-winning building.
Thank you for bringing it up, Madam Chair.
And then just finally, and continuing all of the outreach we enjoy doing, our team participated in the city's 9th annual procurement vendor fair. The outreach event provided numerous resources to assist businesses to learn about government contracting opportunities and to network with the city, state, county, and other assist agencies. So I know staff had a great time at the event and met a lot of people. And that concludes my report for A7.
I have one question on the report that was from the administrative report, and that is, I'd like to be assured that in the renewal of the pre-qualifications of the contractors, that all of their insurance was current and in place.
Yes, all of that was done prior to and verified prior to extension of contract. It kept our staff very busy. I know our new director of procurement definitely was busy with all of that.
Is there a motion to
So moved.
accept?
Second.
All those in favor of accepting the report of the executive director signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, say nay. All right, thank you. Next up, item B1, consideration of approval of an undertaking request from the Board of Education for the FY22 Kenwood High School Link and Mechanical Project located at 5015 South Blackstone Avenue. Director Sanchez, can you provide us some details about that project?
Of course, Madam Chair. In April 2022, the PBC approved formulation services for the Kenwood High School Link and Mechanical Project. Today's action, approved by the Board of Education, is for the undertaking which allows the PBC to proceed to the next phase of the project. The undertaking budget identified by CPS for this project is $8,358,812, which includes $400,000 previously authorized in the formulation request. We look forward to working with CPS on the successful delivery of this project. That concludes my report for B1.
And if I may, for the benefit of our newest member, you may know this already, but Kenwood High School also has 7th and 8th graders, and there are 2 buildings. It's been a longstanding desire of the principal of that campus to make sure that those buildings are linked so that there can be free flow between administrator, staff, and students. So that's what this particular project is about.
Can I make a comment?
Yes.
I went to kindergarten in that school. And
That's
that's
right. Good for you. Good for you.
I just saw it. I just was out there.
Commissioner, you always provide us with great historical context for the work that we do.
I thought it
Which
would
is
be
great.
humorous to know that
I think we've
It was-
upgraded, I
It
hope.
was an elementary school.
Ah,
It was a prime elementary school.
oh, well, it's a beautiful campus.
So when you said 7th and 8th.
Yes.
That changed with the high school.
Exactly. All right,
Then I went to Ray after that.
is there a
So
motion?
moved.
All those in favor of approval of the undertaking for Kenwood High School signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, say nay. The motion is approved. B2, consideration of approval of the architect of record for the Det Elementary School Annex Project located at 2131 West Monroe Street. Director Sanchez.
Thank you. At our August meeting, the board approved the formulation for the Det Elementary School Annex Project. Today's action is to recommend an architect of record for this project. The PBC has 124 architects enrolled in its architect letters of interest and qualifications, which we call the LIQ database. We consulted the database to identify firms with relevant experience on projects with additions and/or annexes for CPS projects. As a result of that review, staff recommends the appointment of KU LLC, which is a minority woman business enterprise firm, as the architect of record for this project under their existing task order-based master agreements. That concludes my report for B2.
I move B2. Second.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, say nay. The motion is approved. Next up. C1, consideration of approval of the appointment of the architect of record for the Engine Company 44 project located at 412 North Kedzie Avenue. Director Sanchez.
With our continued partnership with the Department of Assets Information Services, which we all know as AIS, we are recommending the appointment of architect of record firms for the next 5 items on the agenda. I am extremely proud to note that all of the firms we are recommending today are minority women or minority and women business enterprise firms who will serve on these improvement projects. As previously described, we consulted the architect LIQ database to identify firms best suited to perform on these unique projects while putting a plan in place to maximize the use of minority and women business enterprise firms. Following the evaluation, we recommend the appointment of the HOH Group, Inc., a minority business enterprise firm, as the architect of record for the Engine Company 44 project under their existing task order-based master agreements. That concludes my report for C1.
Is there a motion?
So moved. I just have one comment there, and that is, they are coordinating with the existing internal team in the fire department. Right, on all the updates.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
I just wanted
No,
the commissioners to be aware that
Right.
there's a lot of research that's been going on inside the fire department, which has been at the leading edge, actually.
yes.
Yes.
Thank you.
All right, so we have a motion and a second. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Any opposed, nay? The motion is approved. C2, consideration of approval of the appointment of an architect of record for Engine Company 57 project located at 1244 Northwestern Avenue. Director Sanchez.
Thank you. We consulted our LIQ database and recommend the appointment of Mode Architects PC, a minority business enterprise firm, as the architect of record for the Engine Company 57 project under their existing task order-based master agreement. And that concludes my report for C2.
Is
So
there-
moved.
all those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Any opposed, say nay. The motion is approved. C3, consideration of approval of the appointment of the architect of record for the fire supply and logistics project located at 3015 West 31st Street.
I'm
Go
sorry.
ahead, Director Sanchez.
Thank you. Following the evaluation, we recommend the appointment of Onyx Architectural Services, Inc., which is a minority business enterprise firm, as the architect of record for the fire supply and logistics project under their existing task order-based master agreement. That concludes my report for C3.
So moved.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye. Aye.
Any opposed, say nay. The motion is approved. Next up, item C4, consideration of the approval of the appointment of the architect of record for the Legler Library project located at 115 South Pulaski. Director Sanchez.
Thank you. Again, we consulted our LIQ database and recommend the appointment of Brush Architects LLC, a woman business enterprise firm, as the architect of record for the Legler Regional Library project under their existing task order-based master agreement. And that concludes my report for
I
C4.
have one question on this. What are we doing here?
I will let our director of Ray Gitteroff to provide the details on the project.
Commissioner, mainly exterior upgrades and renovation work. Previously, we had undertaken work there to perform renovations on the inside of the library, but this is more focused on the exterior.
Okay, thank you. That's why I asked. Thank you very much. So moved.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, say nay. The motion is approved. Next up, item C5, consideration of approval of the appointment of the architect of record for the Mabel Manning Branch Library project located at 6 South Hoyne Street. Director Sanchez.
Thank you. After reviewing our LIQ database to evaluate the firms, we recommend the appointment of Studio ARQ LLC, a minority business enterprise firm, as the architect of record for the Mabel Manning Branch Library project. As we discussed at previous board meetings, we are proud that we can continue to fulfill our commitment to appoint all minority women or minority women business enterprise architects today. And that concludes my report for C5.
Is there a motion?
I move it. Same question. Same scope of work.
Yes, interior renovations and upgrades. We work closely with our client at AIS to make
Yeah.
sure that the scope aligns with their expectations.
Okay, they may want to understand that.
Yeah.
These are complicated. They look simple, but the coordination, in the past, where we have had trouble is they don't match. So
Well,
you have one idea inside that you have other ideas outside and there's no sense of oneness.
well, I believe it's in the time that I've been on this board, that there's been extraordinary effort made on the part of PVC staff to make sure that before they bring an undertaking like this to the board, that they're sitting down with their client, making sure that they understand the scope, the budget, and then make a determination as to who from the pre-approved list In this instance, we're talking about architect of record, would best fit the opportunity to provide the services that are being requested by the client department. So I think there is a lot of work that happens before these items get on the agenda for our consideration.
And I thank you for elaborating that.
And if I might
That was-
just may add, some of these AR architects of record are also going to be working on multiple projects that were assigned to us from AIS. Mostly, if not all of them, are really addressing a lot of the deferred maintenance that we are working. So we are definitely doing a coordinated effort to make sure that we maximize the scope and the budget, so we can definitely have successful outcomes for our clients.
That's perfect work. Thank you. I move C5.
All those in favor of approval of the appointment of architect of record for the Manning Branch Library project signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, say nay. The motion is approved. Before I consider a motion to adjourn, I just want to bring a couple of items to the board's attention and to the staff. I wanted to just provide you a brief update that the Joint Public Safety Training Academy is nearing completion. I believe that most of all the exterior work is close to being finished. There's punch list items that are being performed now, but I will be happy to invite you, and actually will come through Dr. Sanchez for a grand opening sometime this fall. My understanding is that occupancy right now is on track for January 1st. It's been a tremendous amount of work gone up in record time. So that's phase one, which is the main building itself. The work on the other phases continues to be a work in progress. But we can already see the transformation along Chicago Avenue just by virtue of the fact that this investment has been made. So I think when you have the opportunity to visit, you'll be very pleased with the work of the both of the obviously the contractors themselves, but the work of the PBC staff has just been first rate. So I wanted to bring that to your attention. Next item from me is you will all be receiving a letter from me that provides an update on what we're seeing in terms of the project flow and also the impact on PBC budgets. You've heard me, those of you who have been here for some time have heard me repeatedly say over the last year and a half that the PBC must receive project referrals from the member organizations. And we are really reaching a very critical point and an inflection point that something's got to give. I'm going to provide you with data on what the source of the projects has been over the last 5 years or so, really going back to 2017. But I'm going to urge you to look at the information. And then, as I said before, go back to your respective departments and institutions and have a serious conversation about what more can be done to make sure that appropriate projects are being referred to the PBC. This is really mission critical for the work to continue forward. As you've heard, there's a lot of great projects that are going on, a lot of valuable investments that are happening really all over the city. And this is a prime vehicle for minority and women-owned professional services and contractors to have real significant undertaking to help build out the economy in our city. And we've got to make sure that we continue to do our part. The work is being done. It's just not getting referred over here. And we've got to change that around. Last thing for me, it occurred to me as I was sitting here in a board meeting that we now have 3 relatively new commissioners. Commissioner Chapman, who we just swore in, Commissioner Dubuclet, and Commissioner Hamilton. I don't know what, if any, orientation has been done for them.
I have offered to speak to each one of them privately.
I
have done that.
I think, okay, I think that'd be great, but if we haven't done a formal orientation.
We did
need to
meet
do
with
that.
them prior to the board appointment, just to kind of walk them through who the PBC is and what we do, also to make sure that we have all the logistics in place from IDs and everything. And then we do follow-up meetings. So I know this is the first time we're meeting in person. I still we've done virtually. I know I met Commissioner Hamilton and Commissioner Dubuclet when they came in, but we have definitely talked to Commissioner Dubuclet's staff on projects from the Water Reclamation District. I know I briefly discussed with Commissioner Chapman and some of hopes of partnership with CPS And I definitely know we'll be talking to Commissioner Hamilton on projects with parks. And if I may add, Mayor, to what you said, I do want to remind all the commissioners, that we always work very closely with all of our clients. I always say we don't take a step forward, we don't sneeze without their approval. So we always make sure that they have, that they're very involved in all of the projects, but more importantly, know that we can come in at any phase of the projects. Normally people say from cradle to grave. I like to say we can come in from creation, the moment that you have an idea, because we can definitely do feasibility studies to see what the actual cost of the scope would be, to really help all of our members, plan out what those projects will look like and what the cost of it is. But we can also come in at any part of the project. Maybe if you have a project in construction and it's kind of stuck, we can definitely come in and help with some of the project management of it. So please know that there is a lot of flexibility. I'm very proud of the staff that I have. I mean, I stand by them. There's nobody better in the industry than the people that come to work here. And I know that we take a lot of pride in the work that we do. And like I always say, developers, their bottom line might be money. For the Public Building Commission, our bottom line is people. Everything we do is with the community in mind and with the client in mind. And we want to make sure that everybody is proud of the work that we do, because we are very proud of what we deliver.
That's great. I'll just add regarding our orientation, I do think it would be helpful if there was a little more deeper dive to make sure that the new commissioners understand the history, understand the work that's being done, the opportunities for wealth generation, particularly among MBEs and WBEs, and I think that the vital role that the PBC plays. So I'm going to push you to do a little bit more.
I will.
Madam Mayor,
Yes, Commissioner Whitley.
yes, with the mention of the training academy and also the Legler Library, I thought it appropriate as a very involved West Side pastor. We want to thank you certainly for your vision to bring greater resources to the West Side, and also, of course, the PBC staff for your incredible work. It is, again, very transformative and bring a lot of, new opportunities on the West Side of Chicago. So just wanted to take the time, since they were mentioned, that we appreciate that focus on the city's West Side. And thank you very much for your leadership, and welcome to all of our new board members. Thank you.
Thank you, Pastor Whitley. I'm going to hesitate to add West Side and South Side. I got some South Siders in the room that.
I'm sorry. Yes,
Don't let me out.
I'm kind of,
We like to say
understand,
South
yes.
Side.
All right. Yes, you're correct.
Go ahead, Commissioner Dubuclet.
No, I was just saying South Side.
All right. Now, with that, if there's no other new business that we need to attend to, is there a motion to adjourn?
I move.
All those in favor of the motion to adjourn signify by saying aye.
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 Any opposed, say nay. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.